All right. Here's a little extra, as always. So the concept with the downward stroke for the thump, it is a hard one, but once you grasp a little concept on the bottom end of it, it just gets better from there. There are techniques that happen as a result of that, which you just kind of strive and work at. One of which I just want to show you up front, which is one of my favorite, is kind of like having your thumb where you go down through a note. And what I'm going to do is I guess I'll just play the top C note here. So C, C. Going down through the note and kind of like being able to just do like a guitar pick strum. And just being able to use that thumb. So let me get really close in here with that C note down here, okay? And down, up, 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 down. I guess the best way I could say is I feel like I'm holding a popsicle stick, which is flat right here, and I'm holding it through the wrist here, and I'm just going like this. I start off kind of slow. And what you find is you'll start like honing in on that actual note and where the string is until the place where you kind of like dig your thumb in a little bit more than what you were digging it into. And what you'll notice is I'll bring my thumb together like this and just kind of act like I'm holding a pick and do like a so that would be like the like a yes lick, a Chris Squire. So it works hand in hand with what we're kind of chit-chatting about today with that thumb, getting used to using it. So on this little nub right here, one of the practices is just to get a note out of your 12th. You kind of hear how all those notes are. So when you go through the progress of playing your C, D, E, F, E, D, C, you can do something like a... And the idea is to go down through it till you can hit it and it kind of like pops on it and pops off. And we didn't really have a chance to, but I want to let the camera kind of catch this angle if I possibly could. So I did like a... So in slow motion... And the feeling we have is right there, that whole thumb thing I was talking about, touching it, right? And I hope that little explanation made a little bit more sense with the way that the hand pops off of it. And a great practical application for that, just to be able to get through this, would be like a C major power chord and have... So you're hitting the C, the G, the C, the G, the C. In some form you would be going like a boom, 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 hitting all three different strings. And if you could work it up in half steps like this, that works also because you actually get to feel and hear every note. The only other way I can explain this without the thump of the here would be quite literally just to go like to tap it. But that would want to be it's a little bit too in depth. That goes along with that thing where you play the same C major down here as you do up here, which, you know, I'm not really that great at either. But the idea is that's where you're tapping your fun, like Geddy Lee, Les Claypool kind of like, you know, that's where that stuff comes from, those cool overtones. So yes, being able to go through just the C major to the D major to the E major to the F, just those four notes will be a great practice even in half steps. Then those are what you're experiences of your scales go everywhere. See how I just moved to different places? Doesn't matter where you play it, as long as you're making the contact with your lower note and you're popping up on your high note, contact with the low note, and then pop up with like the second or the third finger on the right hand and come up from underneath it. Yep, cool. I really enjoyed seeing you today. I'm looking forward to next week as well. Aloha.